Yo, what's going on YouTube? This is very loud in my ear right now. Okay, that's better. What's going on YouTube? Welcome. Yeah, I don't know why my thumbnail is messed up like that on my post on my Discord. It's quite annoying. I just want to see something real quick. Hey. Yeah, it's fine on YouTube. I don't get it. Okay, we're good. What's going on, everyone? Gosu, what's up, man? Welcome. ROK Gosu in the house. All right, let me put on my actual just chilled out playlist a little bit, you know what I'm saying? We chilling today. Probably not any fighting. Although 2268, 1394 have been kind of annoying to close this thing out, but new phone, who it is? Siriax, what's up, man? Yeah, I know. A rare sighting for me. Midday. I know it's weird. But Malik, welcome to the stream. Got done with work a little bit early and I was thinking about doing it tonight, but I'm shooting to do a double class of Muay Thai tonight and I don't think I'll have the energy for it after, so we just started competition. We will get there, don't worry. We will get there. We're not getting star, by the way. We will get there though. We're not getting star. Wife YouTube premium account. Ghosts who don't even know who getting the star. Yeah, I think a lot of it's been Dead's check. It's all good, honestly. It seems like leadership was fine with it, so we're gonna do a whole stat breakdown too. This is what I got. Oh wait, whoa, what the heck? Wait, but why? Oh, my screen is all fucked, huh? Yeah, we're fixing it. Damn, I was like, what the fuck? I literally checked probably everything that I could check, I guess, besides that. Makes sense though, makes sense. Okay, I think we're back to my normal size. I've taken notes from Bullet by playing on full screen, so I think that messed up with the ratio on OBS. Appreciate that though. Thank you for the catch. Oh, I'm fucking up. Sorry guys. There we go. Jesus. All right. I literally thought I was like the most prepared I've ever been, which this now means that probably my other things aren't going to line up like I need them to. So bear with me. We're going to do some editing midstream, but Dead's check for Bullet, who is asking. 2.3 million. It's all T1. It's all T1, guys. Andy, welcome to the stream. I'm pretty sure I'm going to make the decision to kill all my T1, like all my siege and the cabs that I made for OL, because I kind of don't like them popping up, and I don't know why I have infantry in here, but I kind of want to kill them off. Is it worth to upgrade them? Probably not, right? Probably not. Yeah, we ended up with I think 1.1 billion. Like I said, we are going to go through all the stats. We'll probably do 2975s first and then go through, but here's just a quick update on what the map looks like. This is now pretty much Saturday. Kingsland was pretty much done. It was pretty much done on Friday, but let's just say Saturday for the sake of things. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. It's just 3 days removed from Kingsland fighting, and Fire Camp still kind of being annoying here. They kind of came back last night and retook so much territory. But I have a feeling that the storms in Vietnam were playing a little bit of a factor in some of the activity. And we're just so heavily Viet that, you know, our skeleton crew couldn't do much. So Yeah, the zone's pretty much cleaned up at this point. Zone 6 for our allies is all pretty much cleaned up now too, with just a little bit more here, which it looks like we might be going to take care of. I don't know what the end reward breakdown is going to be. I just know who's getting star, and we can kind of make some assumptions off of what the rewards are going to be. Since usually it's whoever gets the star, like that's your main prize. Like you're not getting all the other juicy goodies, whether that was, you know, the circles, or in this case, I think it's sanctuaries or Hurons. Sanctuaries. So just the star I know of pretty much. So I guess we can just kind of jump right in. Imprecatory. Was that that was a sanctuary name, right? I kind of like stalled on that too with my eyes. Yeah. Let's Google check. Imprecatory. Lilith making up names now? Purgatory means to invoke evil or a curse upon someone or something, to pray for disaster to befall a person. I guess that makes sense for 3% all damage. I guess that makes sense. Yeah. Oh, thank you for the resources, guys. Some of our esteemed fighters are leaving, which is unfortunate. Quagfish, Doodoo, Sir Win, these guys. Bender's staying. But yeah, we have some good fighters leaving. Some other ones, which is kind of unfortunate, but from what I've heard, and Ray might be able to speak to this, maybe. Apparently, there's a rumor that we're getting some fighters from 1093. That's one rumor that I've heard. I've also heard that there's 20 or so fighters coming in with 10+ billion kill points. So potentials for anyone who is watching or watching this after, if you are interested in 2975 migration, I guess you can reach out to me in game or Discord. I gotta update my Discord link too. I don't know what the parameters are for you migrating or people migrating. I'm sure it's at least 10 billion KP. But it's gonna be hefty requirements. Who is sitting on my city right now? Or is that a bug? Doo-doo. So yeah, there's that. So yeah, if you guys are interested in 2975 migration, I'm really enjoying my time here. Last KVK, when we went 14 versus 1 in Kingsland was a little but the zone 5, zone 6 fights were really good. That Diplo decision was a little wonky, but I think they kind of redeemed themselves in this KVK. Albeit maybe going for a little bit easier, but I have stats that we're gonna break that down too, on whether or not it was actually an easy matchup. And what we're most likely gonna do that I haven't done before, but I've always played with the idea, is end of KVK debrief. So Skitty from 1394 has agreed to come on. My friend GP from 1824, Girl Poison, she recommended to get Scotty on. Scotty? Is it Scotty or Skitty? I don't know. I'll figure that out when I reach out to him. But to get him on too. And then I'm also playing with the idea of maybe getting some surprise guests for those guys. Maybe getting in some. Well, it would be Skitty from 1394 anyway, so. But yeah, maybe getting in some surprise guests, but who knows. Came from is it Skatey or Scotty? I don't even know how you would type it out, so I don't know. Skatey. Yeah, they're a legit kingdom. They are a really legit kingdom. And I will pull this up. I have gotten clearance to show these on stream. So we're gonna do this. Oh, there we go. It's already pulled up, and it doesn't mess up anything. Yay! So this is 2975's data. We can look through this first since it's already pulled up, I guess, and then we'll go into what's going on with the star and all that good stuff. So total power loss we have here is 1.8 billion. Billion? No. Billion, yes. 99 billion kill points. 337 million dead troops. We had Tiger, who's a new migrant coming in on, I guess first. 51 million T4 kills, 257 million T5 kills. That's as much T5 kills as I have in total, I believe. I have 266 million. That makes me feel so tiny when these guys do stuff like that. Oh no, wait, I don't have it up. I have it up now. I got you. Sorry. Okay, yeah, so here you can see everything I just went through. Neil Prime, that's a new account that he had just brought on. Peaky Peanut, with a huge power drop, killing off where's his deads? 12.8 million dead troops for Peanut. Miano killing off 17 million. I'd like to see some of these guys maybe be a little bit more. But you can see the KP gains are quite impressive. And then there's kind of a fall off. So you have 2.8 bill, Quan 2.2, Mijnat 2 billion, King Jihan at 2.1 billion, and then Christina at 1.7. Chinese names, Baodan 1.8. Tepi, a new migrant that has 4.8 million dead, 1.7 billion kill points. Sir Win, again, one of our guys leaving. Kind of big loss there. Someone in the top 20 in performance. 1.5 billion KP, 1.2 million dead. Trigger, our man, 1.5 billion KP, 2.3 million dead. Lady Gaga chasing the kills, 1.5 billion, only killing off 573,000 troops there. There's Quagfish, another person who is migrating out. So again, another top 25 player leaving. 1.3 billion KP, 2.2 million dead. Oh, I skipped Arvix. Where's Arvix? Well, Arvix third. Okay, fourth. Sorry, fourth. One of the Arvixes. There's too many Arvixes. Does it matter? Do we even know who's on this Arvix account? It's kind of why I'm like, between all the Arvix accounts, between all the FA accounts, like I'm almost certain that they're just groups of people. It's not an actual person, but I could be wrong. Speaking of FA, you had FA at 34. Only 989 million KP, 3.6 million dead though. 90% its pilot. Up for sure, Popo, for sure. Most likely, yes. Most likely, yes. Dirty Dan right here, 31st. I just missed top 30, which is what I should be getting, considering. And again, this conversation is probably going to divulge a little bit into what the matchups should have been. So again, a lot of the discussion was, oh, Fire Camp so strong. And then even when I had the stream with Brian, when we streamed together, he was even like, okay, I feel a little bit better about the matchup after what you're telling me, because you know, you can look at the power and you can look at, but we were really trying to, I was telling him, and I was like, we have like 80 players in our kingdom, like active, and he's like, okay, I feel a lot better about that. So there is actual proof to some of those things that I was talking about. Lambo, welcome to the stream. I think his pilots were focused on our KVK. He did way better for us. Well, I think also too, that was just a lot of it was actually fun, no? Because as I was watching some of, oh, by the way, also Syriax, congrats on the win. Fucking huge for 2293. And I was gonna message you, but like shout out to leadership. Oh, okay, so maybe it was. But I guess he did make it. Shout out to your guys' leadership and the planning that you guys did, because I don't think that was called out enough in the video. Like, huge shout out to all your guys' planning. Like, I know you guys put in work for that planning, and I honestly don't think I heard that shout out once. So, props to you guys, man. That was a hell of a KVK. Not even entering Kingsland was just embarrassing, to be honest. Again, that has nothing even to do, like, that whole Zone 6 has nothing to do with the discussions that were at hand in that pre-Diplo discussion, which those pre-Diplo discussions and a lot of, like, kind of like, I guess, the interdrama, we are going to talk about that when I bring on Skitty and then Scotty if he decides to come on. The song is definitely way too intense. I am quite up there, Bullet. Yes. 1.1 billion KP. I wanted more. 2.4 million dead. I think they just rounded up for me, I guess. And I really wanted to hit 8 billion, but there wasn't enough. Even like some of the skirmishes that we were getting at, and a lot of people were just like, oh, I'm gonna start saving speed ups, and I'm like, it was like, you know what, I probably should start thinking about that too, because we burned, guys, about like 400 days worth of speed ups in this KVK, which leaves me with around a little over 900 days worth of speed ups. I have to do a training soon. I'm gonna have to really do a training. So as we were doing some of these fights, as Kingsland was kind of over and we were just kind of chasing some shit, and also trying to burn their territory out, as you guys can't see my screen. But yeah, I really just kind of made the decision that I need to kind of chill out a little bit here. So Zenith push, not here. I'm too small, dude. I got a nose hair, or one of my mustache hairs going up into my nose. It was definitely a mustache hair. It's tickling. But yeah, I wanted to push a little bit more, but I decided against it. Maybe I still have the resources, so maybe I'll still go in, but I got to get active on the barb chain grind for sure. Played against US Joe in 2789. Yeah, I haven't really seen him talk, or I don't think I've ever seen him talk to me, to be honest. But he's got a lot of farms. He's one of our farm pumpers, which I'm definitely going to look to do next KVK. I've already started to kind of get my farms reactive and training troops and all that stuff. I got probably a solid 5 million troops around there roughly to kill, maybe a little bit less, maybe 4 million. Twan, welcome to the stream. 2934 rip. That's 1 KVK, and I think they had it very tough too, especially with not a lot of help from their allies, from what it looked like. I could be wrong, but didn't look like, it looked like their allies are getting shoved around a little bit up top. I do have to say though, we're getting to it, Popo. We're getting to it. You guys gotta wait. I gotta keep you engaged for the YouTube algorithm. Shoved around, but we're trying. I need to know. Properly, consistently. Interesting. Okay, that was one thing that Chiz had mentioned too, that you guys like really kind of like deep dove on, and just kind of like just doing the homework, doing that upfront work of what's gonna be your key to success. He'd even mentioned too, as I was watching his stream, he was like, he had mentioned a few times in comms, he's like, I think we should go solo troop here, like I guess referring to Gorgo Attila. And in my head I'm like, why do you want to do that when you can just throw anything into like mixed flags? I just don't understand the thought process of wanting to go solo troop. Like when you're just trying to fill stuff, when Kingsland is all about swarming and just getting the burn on things. Like, don't you want to just throw anything in? I don't know. That's just how I would approach it from that leadership perspective too. But yeah, to each his own. We do that really well here. I think these guys, especially King G, he's got all level 5 leadership set, and that thing just runs train on people. And I think we've seen more and more people really just leaning towards Hera at YSS. Strong opinions about that. Gorgotil is by far the better option, but that period was rough getting troops around. Except, that's what I'm saying, yeah. I think it depends on the gear, Syriax. Like, if, in my experience, playing against like the top tier, and obviously I don't know what you guys are facing, but facing that top tier leadership gear is pretty hard to crack. After the artifact when we went away. I always forget about that too with Tides. You only have that artifact for that first day or so in Kingsland. Richard, welcome to the stream. Okay. So let's go through this a little bit more. Some other key players. There's our man Dudu, who is migrating out. 951 million KP, 2 million deads. Blazin, my man, 972 million KP. I got you, mother. I was chasing him the entire time because he was ahead of me for a hot minute. He doesn't know this, but he was him and Hunky. Obviously, Hunky will always be my motivation to stay ahead of him. Look at this guy. Look, speaking of Dudu. Oh, it's all of them. Sir Win, Dudu. Trying to get that screen time. What's up, guys? Who else do we got here? Key players. I'm sorry if I miss anyone too. Lady Irene, the territory beast, 851 as the Mulan kisses come in. 851 KP, 2 million dead. She has another account too, which we'll see. One big, was pretty big for us last KVK. A little bit slower on this one. 828 million KP. 2.3 million deads though. Zigzag in my pants. I'm pretty sure that's Hunky. 959 million KP, 1.7 million dead. And then next page, let's see who else do we got here. Demi, who I think is another one who's migrating potentially out of that group, I think. I'm not sure. 774 million KP, 311 dead. Oh my gosh. He would probably be forced to migrate. Abood, 684 million KP, 2.6 million dead. He was part of that group, or he was in our ARC group. I don't know if he was part of them. But he is staying. So Abood will be staying with us. Hell King, who's one of our garrison leads, 1.7 million dead, 545 million KP. And then there's Eggy. Egg was a little busy IRL, so not much numbers from him. 388 million KP, 628k dead. Nana, the other territory beast for us, 359 million KP, 986 million dead. And then you're gonna start to see some farms. So Quan 9, 4.2 million dead. There's Lily Promax, that's her other account, 2.3 million dead. So like, as you look here, as I said in one of my videos, or yeah, in regards to that opening Diplo, like we're not a full 150. We're like maybe like, so we get up to 100 here, like maybe we're 100. I don't know which ones are farms here, which ones aren't, to be honest. But when you start seeing a farm here and a secondary here in your top 100, we're not 100 full players, you know what I'm saying? So that kind of speaks volumes. And then I think the next piece is going to speak even more volume. So with that, here is our stats, and I don't know if these are these are stats that I guess were compiled from 2975's end. The 20% applied, I will get into a little bit, but I don't know the exact reasoning behind that, to be honest. So with our stats and everything being out in the open, so you can see final stats here for water. I guess these are total points. So water had a total of 306 million dead troops, Greenwood with 295, and Earth with 250 million dead troops. I don't even know if they needed the 20% boost, to be honest, but kills we had here, billion, 3 billion. Why did this one say 33 billion or some shit? The fuck? Oh, I think this is 99. I don't know. 1824 is taking the star. Yes, Popo. Water Camp gets the star. Greenwood over here, 2.9 billion kills. Oh no, wait, 3.7, 3.6 kills. That's T5, sorry. 3.6 billion kills, 3.7, and then we led with 3.9, as we should. We had the zone 5, so that should give us that extra little bump. Should be 2975. I honestly, I don't think I can agree with that. Even when you look at the points here, like even without their 20% applied, so they would have had 71 million total points if we're looking here, right? 70 million, 72. And this is why at times I think that there needs to be more of a overall look and not just stats. Earth had more. Earth had the most, yeah. The 20% bonus is, from what I was able to understand in chat, from when they kind of briefly touched on it, and I think the premise there is that they fought the strongest camp for the longest. So they fought Wind, which the consensus pretty much was that Wind was the most well-rounded camp in the KVK. So I think with them pretty much landlocking in zone 6 against those guys, that's what gave them the boost. $27.48 help was there to help, but Water Camp was right there. 20% is quite a bit, yes. Field we couldn't do it. Well, yeah, that's when you, but look at, and again, this is why I think like the whole stats thing is a little crazy when you're judging KVK based on stats. Like I'm gonna say this, but it still doesn't mean that I think Earth should get the star, but we locked an entire camp out of Kingsland. Don't you think that that's worth something and not just the stats? Like even if we had the least amount of stats, right, or we had say like the middle amount of stats, second most stats, right? 3 camps. If we had second most stats, but we locked a camp out of Kingsland, that's a huge factor there. Yeah, they did. Yes. We did fight Wind a little, but it's in a zone that doesn't really matter. Yeah, but the Zamrock, the Kingsland fight, honestly, was everyone knew how that was going to go. When you're down a camp, I don't think that's a valid argument. I don't think that's a valid argument that you can say. Get water kills and deads 3-0 soon. Yeah, I don't think the Kingsland stats would speak much to anything, to be honest, because it's just, we knew how it was going to go. You're down an entire camp. You're down, you know, I'm big on population talk when it comes to Diplo and those things. Like, you're down almost 300 players more with not having fire. But one thing I just want to shout out here is, yes, 2975 is pretty top heavy, as you can kind of see from our stats, and we have a requirement that everyone buy all your pop-ups and get your Mountain Warfare. But number one, we weren't a full 100, as I already stated. We were barely even 100 players, active players. And this is what I wanted to see this entire time. I mean, can we just look at 3105 stats and just clearly say that we weren't the strongest camp? Like, we also had the Alliance or the Kingdom in our camp that got the least amount of kills and deaths. I won't say by far, because 2179 is up here too in the Greenwood camp, but dude, with them and with what we have, like, we're maybe 120 players on a good day against Fires. Like, and here's another thing too. Fire won both altar fights. So like, I don't understand this notion that like Fire was already out. Like, I don't understand it. And these are things that I'm going to bring up when we do our breakdown, our further breakdown a little bit more with Skitty and Scotty if he comes on. But like, I just still can't believe that whole discussion on Diplo, like, is insane. I really don't think it's crazy for 1824 to get the star, but I don't think it's super clear. I agree. Beating 1774 will beat them again. Oh, 3-0 soon. Oh. This isn't about 1824. 2756 was great too. Oh, yes. Yeah, I mean, look, like, you guys had, and I'm curious to see too if with Skitty, if we can get like the data breakdown just like this. Like, we don't have to go full in depth, but I would like to see the other side that we fought and see where they landed. Because yeah, I mean, Water Camp as a whole is pretty balanced, and very much as like as they were saying too, that Wind was balanced as well. Was one of the most balanced. Here's my Discord. Yeah, sorry. Sturdy Dan Gaming if you want, but I'll just give you the. I spun the wheel already, Odegandir. Welcome to the stream, by the way. I honestly, I got home early today and I was like, you know what, and I got out early and we got the stats, so I was like, you know what, let me just hop on, give an update, and then once this thing closes out in a few weeks, I might have some streaming next week. I'm supposed to be helping 2581 with their Zone 7 and Kingsland, so I might be streaming for that as well. Kingdom is the best performing, although you did exactly, we had Zone 5, no one else had Zone 5. But I think that's also too, like, when you know that, and this is the thing, I don't like the whole like, let's play this all on stats, because yes, we had Zone 5, but then like, maybe that forces your allies when they're fighting in these next zones, Zone 6, like, okay guys, like, the discussion is definitely there, like, we need to go hard because they had Zone 5 and they're ahead of us in stats. You know, and maybe that lends people to burning out before Kingsland. Like, I just, hypothetical, but I'm just saying, I don't like the whole, like, let's 100% stats. Kind of sort of Jewish, welcome to the stream. So you should be getting 50% for locking fire out in Greenwood, 75% for saving water from getting locked out. That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of these intangibles that happen during these KVKs, but that it's extremely hard to weigh on. Trigger, welcome. What's up, man? Stats with the star was agreed to be based on then it is what it is. Easy star water camp. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, that's totally understandable too. Like, for me though, when I was in leadership, like, I was definitely trying to steer conversations away, because there was one, I think it was the KVK, as soon as I had left leadership, We had the first ever, it was one of the first ever Tides of War KVKs. And we were fighting fire camp. Was it fire camp? No, fire was in our camp. Allied. I think they had more stats than us. But we had also, again, it was another situation where we prevented and or reduced the amount of territory that an enemy camp had in Kingsland. And it was massive. It was a massive advantage. And I think that's what we used to, it was a whole fuss because everyone's like, oh no, but you talked about stats. But then we were like, yeah, but we eliminated an entire pass for them to use. And we got rid of all that territory before Kingsland even started. So whatever is agreed upon, it is what it is. But I feel like conversations need to start going a little bit more away, or you at least need to have some of that flexibility. Spin the wheel to decide who gets to start. Gotcha. Yes, because it's a kingdom with Fa and Harvix. Big man Fred, welcome to the stream. Feel bad for 3105. They were way out of their depth. I agree to that sentiment. I 100% agree. It was even stated too, like as soon as like matchups kind of like lined up, the word had came out from Lefta that they're actually like more like a C seed because they didn't do cleanups, and I think they had a civil war or something before the KVK before. So all these were arranged before KVK. Honorable for other camps to stick with the agreements, unlike some other kingdoms who cry and will bitch about it. Cough popo. 2975 did more KP than all water. Popo. Oh damn, you have the whole fucking shebang here, huh? Can I zoom this out, please? Here we go. Okay. All right, so this is coming from, where is this sourced from? Is this 2748? Or what do we got here in terms of where is this coming from? Uh, 17. Okay, cool, thank you. Beautiful. All right, so I don't have to ask Kitty then. 518 million deads. Oh, we had much more deads. Not much more, but kill points there. Yeah. That's another thing that's hard too with all these diplomacy talks, is who's using what to gather their stats. Like, there's so much. This is I absolutely loathed this aspect of leadership. Like, you just fought an exhausting KVK, or maybe a few days, and now you have to go right into fucking reward talks, and it's like, fuck, man. Like, also too, like, we just fought alongside these people, and now everyone's like, now also you're kind of against each other in a way. It's like, it's exhausting, man. It's more than all water camp. Yeah. I'm not disregarding that. There are more details that are not public. Scotty participates in the live. He will probably comment on it. That would be cool. That would be cool, honestly. Because then we have kind of both sides. We have Skitty and then we have... These are from 1770. The sheet before, I believe, was from us, Popo. But don't quote me on that. I should have asked before. I just assumed it came from us because it popped up in one of my in-game chats. 9 billion kill points from 3105. And then the next lowest is 13. Like, that's so glaring to me. Yo, what's up, Bear Jew? One was definitely the other strong camp, but y'all were very strong too. Yeah, but even in Zone 5, like Zone 5 was another one where, like, I wish we didn't have like the territory mishaps, because I would have loved to see if we were going to be able to hold that ground. But we just got so far behind on territory against them in Zone 5. But Daybreak actually bad stats. 43 million kill points. Total deaths 439. They're right. They're almost in par with Water. Greenwood actually has like the least. Fire has the least according to this, and then Greenwood. From what I heard on, and Skitty would probably talk more on this from 1394 perspective, but someone had messaged me and they're like, you guys are great planners, blah, blah, blah. And they were just like, yeah, it's really tough for 1394 here because all of our free to play, most of them had like a day of fighting and then we're out of resources. Your territory hadn't been flanked so badly in that zone 5 tier X. Most likely, I would say, yeah. Because I think if we didn't get flanked that bad, I think we might have etched that out. But I think we would have been, not severely, but we would have been pretty beat up for zone 6 unless we are really, really properly using our farms. Also, welcome to the stream, and Andrea. Pedro, how do the more successfully kingdoms deal with rogue players? Successful kingdoms deal with rogue players. I feel like a lot of times you just have to kind of ignore the rogues, because a lot of times in my experience, rogues just kind of like the attention, and the more you feed into it, the more they're going to, you know, keep wanting to, because that's their fun. Their fun is they know that they're getting to you. They know that they're poking you in the areas that you don't want to be poked. So usually you kind of have to just ignore them a little bit. Scoob, welcome to the stream. No, Water Camp is getting the star. Zone 6 was decided in the first hour, unless you guys just didn't fill your forts. I think we did. The details was not up to me to reveal them. The first image is the correct one to use to define rewards. Oh, so this one more accurate, according to Sir Richard. But again, everyone's going to be like, oh, you know, our stats are right. Our stats are right. Curious. I'm very curious to hear some of the background stuff. We'll have both sides, hopefully, if Scotty decides to come on. Saying if you think you would have been beaten up longer in Zone 5, you still likely have held. Oh, okay, gotcha. Gotcha. Damn, think that down upon Fire Camp, Posse Erics. I see you taking those shots. Kind of sort of Jewish rogue players. Make sure active players aren't leaving cities in starting zone. Yes. Banish rogues at zone. Yes. Zero all players in that zone before MGs. Yes. Yeah, it's definitely much better than what I said. But also too, as soon as you do all those steps, Bear Jew, as soon as all those steps are done, you need to then ignore that player. $2068 fly hard, but that random player on the pass really screwed them. He did. Let's see here. Dominant. It's so hard to get through a fort wall. And I gotta say, man, like I said before, props to their showing out too, especially under the circumstances. DBX Rishki, welcome to the stream. Who even is Popo? Dude did nothing in KVK and sat in Lost Kingdom chat crying all the time. Yeah, it'd be like that. That's what we've been doing, minus ignoring them somewhat. Glad what we've been doing is the right steps. Yeah, and it's just a matter of time, hopefully. I mean, some players will just keep going. you know, and that's the toughest part. So that's our little stat breakdown. Water, GG's on getting the star. We did take first Zig occupation. So with that, let's kind of try and figure out what is left for 2975 and 2748. I'm sure this is all going to be revealed, but hell, let's fucking speculate. Controlling one Huron. So I believe we're going to have to go into this zone 5. So zone 5 does have some relevance because you're getting a coin out of it, which is a pretty damn big deal. So you kind of do want to win your zone 5s. In a way. What else is there? I'm pretty sure there's circle rewards. Conquest rewards. 3 circles at the end of KVK, so obviously everyone holds 2. And I think there's 4 in zone 6. Ugh. It looks like 2748 is gonna get the 3 circles. 1, 2, as they are bumped up here. 3. So I don't think we're gonna get the 3 circle reward, which would make sense why we kind of stopped caring about this yesterday. Like, they built all around this thing and we just kind of let them freely do it. Partly because we didn't have players online. And yeah, you hide your alt-arc stats. How water is getting the star. Again, we just had the stats up. Shocky, welcome to the stream, by the way. And they got a 20% bonus that was given to them, and apparently there's more details on that I hopefully will get if Scotty decides to join on. I really, can someone please it's really bugging me if I'm saying his name right. But they fought a large majority of Wind Camp here, and while 2748 helped, it was really just kind of field to clear, but they were holding territory wise on their own. That's how we said it when we were allies with them. Thank you. Okay, thank you, Sirix. I was working 12 hours a day that week, saving lives that whole week, noob. Holding territory. They were holding territory. You guys are going back and forth on territory, and you can't tell me otherwise. You guys came as far as down as in here. 2748 dropped the fort, as they probably should have, and this is where they start to offer a little bit of open field support. But nonetheless, you guys are still getting pushed up here too. You guys are stalemated on this river. Couldn't field because, okay, well, that's why you have allies. Like, this is what allies do. They were the water was still holding. Ebbs and flows, man. Ebbs and flows. Oh yes. Let's see what else is there. Getting 20% of because of 2748. We'll see. There's more to the story, obviously, that we don't know. That only, well, the leadership knows, but it's not their part. Coalition controls 4 sanctuaries at the end. That's going to be tough. Actually, no. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So each camp is going to get their own. On the 4. We still got to go in and take it, though, obviously. Zig, obviously, and that's it. Huh. That kind of stinks. I hope we at least do something with this. Like, I feel like this gets, like, looked over a lot. And I hope at least, I mean, I guess it's not much of a difference if we get first or second or third. Grono, what's up, man? I haven't asked him yet, no. Have not asked him yet. Bro said they lost to 824 and is looking for excuses. Yeah, I think that's it, man. Honestly, I'm not. Ooh, excuse me. I think I've done everything for the most part. I didn't lose to 1824. I lost to 2975 because they're the ones who locked my ally. You guys had the best ally you will ever have and still botched. This one was the best opportunity you had. You lost the shot. Oh man, everyone's getting on Popo. Get it. Once you're past 8 and called for help like little... When did they lose past 8? Oh, that... Wait. This one? They lost? Oh, this one. This one you were talking about. Yeah, yeah. Honestly, though. Honestly, this was... And I wanted to touch on this, too. I'm going to kind of pivot here really hard. I think I mentioned it at the beginning of the stream when I was shouting out Syriacs, but 2934 should have done their territory differently, in my opinion. They should have had some kind of... They should have had a piece of territory up here ready to go in and help their allies. I think that's where they fucked up. Would it have helped in the grand scheme of things? I'm not sure, but I think that would have better had set them up. Instead of just letting their allies get pounded on. At least they could have sent something up there to assist. But I do believe that this flip was better. Even if we went into Kingsland even, and especially fighting Daybreak for as small of a period as I did, like, if we really wanted the strategic aspect and to just kind of finish that thing up quicker, this thing up, like, Greenwood should have been here. You should have, I would have suggested the flip from the beginning if I was in those planning discussions. So just throw 2740 up against Wind. They're supposed to be the strongest, most well-rounded camp. So put 2740 up against them and let 1824 just go handle business here, and then also help us with fire if needed. If they did that, we would have pushed them faster. They had to fully focus us to pin us back. Maybe like a player or two, but I understand CRX. I don't think it would have changed much either, honestly. I just think that I think this is a case of what happened to us last KVK, where Lilith made us the sole kingdom in our camp. And I know 2934 is stronger than what we were last KVK. We might have been on par actually, but I think with population, you have to give them a little bit something, because again, we're in a farm meta. So if you're giving a camp 2 kingdoms to work with in terms of amount of numbers, like, you need to give them, you need to even out the playing field a little bit with numbers, in my opinion. 34 also putting pressure on Earth near the Zig, late first, early. That's where they you guys locked that up with all the flag shields, right? I think that was clutch there too. Like, that forced 2934 to just, they had no other choice. They had to just focus on you guys. I think that was another pivotal thing that you guys did in that KVK. Popo and Richard going at it, yo. In the meeting, but they pushed beyond the bottom right corner and were pushing into Earth near Zig. Earth had to bring a ball down to start cutting that branch. Ah, okay. I see. I missed that. I was watching in for I like to say a good portion, but I obviously missed some things. Since the opening of the zone, we have only made progress after the forts were built. Give up on the white powder. Warning Star, what's up, man? Welcome, welcome. Popo, ultimately, thanks for being a good product. But yeah, I honestly think that this is probably something that I would have suggested if I was in those planning talks anyway. I think it's the safer play, I'd like to say, just because 2748 has so much firepower on their end. But yeah, here we are. We won anyway. Doesn't really matter what could have been. So we got more KP than 1824. We might all meet again. Who knows? We might meet next KVK. I would be surprised if we probably skip one and go in second pop, I would assume, for 2975. Obviously it depends on the migrants that we have coming in. Matthew, what's up, man? Welcome, welcome. Yes, we did stats already. I'll pull them up for you to just kind of peek in on, but that whole discussion, if you go back like 15 minutes or so, Water Camp's getting the star. And I'll pull them up. So there's two sets, one of which apparently are correct. This is the one that we are going off of when we pretty much decided to give Water the Zig and star. So this is what you got in terms of stats. When you are defending the whole time, you specialize in that, but never went to KVKs. Oh man. And then there is this chunk of stats also, Matthew, which I can zoom in on this one, I think. Oh wait, maybe not. Zoom? No. Zoom is gone. 1824 are very tenacious. They're definitely a deserving candidate. Should really be 2 to 3 stars or silver stars or something. Ain't no participation trophies here, X. I'm just kidding. I know what you mean. 1770 carried 1824 to win versus 2268. Water did really well in my opinion. Is it a problem on my end? I am only... Oh, no, that's my fault. That's my fault, Matthew. Sorry. So this is first set of stats. I'll leave that up for a second. And then this was a second set of stats I was provided by 1770. Where is Popo's 1770? Are we gonna go find this? Let's go find this dude. Let's go find this dude. What is 1770s? There, yes, HDS. Is it Popo? Is it Popo? Popo. Oh man. Let's 5v5. Ask him why he hides all Tark stats. There he is. King Popo. 2, 4, 6, 8. It's like almost going on 3-year-old account now. 2 billion KP, 13 million dead. Not terrible. It's not terrible. I've seen worse. 0-6 Autark record. Morningstar at the roast. I'd have my poop ready. Good if free to play. I play on. We don't need the reasonings behind it. Yeah, I know you're new to the channel. I don't care about reasons. You got shit stats. You got shit stats on the account. They're not terrible. I think it would be a toss-up between myself and chat if we were actually doing an actual. Wait. No, yeah, I wouldn't have roasted you because I only look for the big players to roast. Why Noonie 1770 king, right? One of the kings? Bro, you're a beast. Fighting you in zone 5 fucking hurt. Bro is chasing me down all the time. I said fuck it a few times. I was just going in, but man, he's fucking tanky, bro. Oh. I saw you holding R5, I think, at a time or two, but I got you. Fleeced, maybe. Honestly, this is another reason why I'm so happy I'm not in leadership. I don't give a fuck. Do I get an Autark? I might not be guaranteed an Autark now, or whatever. I don't give a fuck. Honestly, don't care. That all that stress is behind me. I honestly just rather this is entertaining enough. Watching you guys, everyone just go at it. And the thing is too, like to the point with Noonie, like it's just like I've had flop KVKs. I just want to have fun. And someone even asked me too, I think it was from 1394. They're like, oh, this is probably so boring for you. And I'm like, no. I'm like, this is probably one of the most fun KVKs I've had because I come from a smaller kingdom. We weren't exposed to fights like this. Like the last KVK and this KVK is probably some of the most exciting shit that I've had since the first SOC KVK when I was king in 2581. That was 4 or 5 KVKs ago. Algebra, welcome to the stream. I'm not sure. We'll get more on it if Scotty decides to come on stream, because apparently there's more details that leadership knows, but they're not at liberty to say. So we'll see. And okay, you guys are still going at it. So I think what we can do now, let's go in and see some update talks. Yes, guys, yes. So I don't feel, actually I could do this because I'm probably not going to go back to my stats anyway. Yeah. Chrono roast people. Reports and show them your king rallying with drums. It's more fun to fight a KVK when odds are against you. The win feels better and fights are more intense. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Who doesn't like being the underdog? And, you know, I think a lot of people can probably also say too, like I'm a big sports guy. So like whenever you have like tennis, I feel like is one of those things that I'll watch, and I will almost always root for the underdog over like the popular players in tennis. I will ask him why he rallies with jumps. Yes, I got you. I got you. At no point in time did we think this KVK was winnable. Kind of sad, to be honest. I still just, I don't understand the logic. I don't, guys. Now I just fixed this because I wasn't planning on going back, but we will go back. It doesn't look terrible. Like, guys, I know that there was this whole pre-ally, and I know 2268 is a shell of themselves, but you still have Peace. You had Peace. He's retiring now. And I mean, bro, like, we just didn't have players. We didn't have players, bro, in Earth Camp. We're like 120 on a good day. 120 players on a good day. 2268 should have been 26. I say 26. Fire Camp should have been able to handle that. Planning was poor. And I'll tell Skitty that when we hop on stream, and he'll probably give me some reasons of why the planning was poor, because there is some shit that's going on over there. That's not all they had, Ergendir. That's not. They had a fair amount of players that were still around. 22. That's because we shut them out of that of that zone. They didn't even have a chance at Kingsland. 40 play. Well, that's I don't know about that, Ergendir. If we go on this, 2268 has 43 million kill points. I know this is a little. How do I zoom this in? Yeah, it's fine. I mean, 43 million kill points. 6 million off from what 1486 did. 7 million off from what 1824 did. There's no way they only have 40 to 50 players. Players aren't everything sometimes for 2260. But again, the conversation's, it's not about 2260 as a whole. It's about the entire Fire Camp, because 1394 has the players. And I said this on my last stream. If you are a, okay, let's say soccer. Soccer is probably a little bit for the international folks watching. If you're a fast tempo, short pass team in soccer / football, you're not going to play the long pass game. I don't think Fire's execution was good enough. I don't think they utilized the population of players that they had against us properly. I need to hit 30 million kills next KVK. Migrating, I need to be in a more active kingdom with more spenders. Spenders definitely help. Spenders definitely help. I don't think 1394 better than 3105. Young kingdom with lots of players active. Wait, no. Young kingdom equals active. Old kingdom, lots of players using active. How did 1394 perform that poorly? I think apparently because they had a lot of free-to-play migrants. They're not a top-heavy Imperium kingdom whatsoever. Fire not even able to capture pass 8 was just epic fail. Everyone knows that ended this KVK. Yeah. It was over as soon as 68 got shut out. Big props to 75. You guys have the best field out of all of your allies, pretty much, and pretty much are the reason you got the W. I honestly like trying to think, because as our KVK progressed, I started to realize that there's a large chunk of players that don't like buy into tech as much as I thought there were. Like, we have like maybe, like, we do have a fair amount of max tech players, probably around like 15, I want to say. But then there's a pretty big drop. But I don't know. There's so much data and shit to break down, to be honest. But I do commend our field a lot. Our field is pretty nuts. Main problem is KVK is a map. If the top side had 3 passes, 1 on each side and 1 in the center. I like that idea, Richard. I really do. Dominant topside camp almost always takes out 1 enemy from the KVK before Kingsland opens. If I join your kingdom one day, I would increase that max tech. Come on, man. I don't know. Again, I don't know what we're doing for recruitment, but we got some players coming in, so 2975 should get beefed up a little bit. Apparently, there's some players coming in from 1093. How valid that is, I don't know. But yeah, again here, like I just 120 players on a good day. But yeah. Gee, welcome to the stream. Doing good. How are you? Baba will join 2975. I don't think so. I doubt it. He's in 2429, right? And his other account's 2268. $29.75 did great, but $26 doesn't compare to what $29.75's level, maybe a KVK 2 ago. Now, no. I would have loved to see number 1. Obviously, what would have happened if the whole territory thing didn't happen in their zone 6. And I also would have liked to see what would have happened if they weren't migrating, right? Because you probably had players who were kind of half-assing it, knowing that meeting their DKPs most likely doesn't matter. So I would have liked to see, but yeah, we'll never know. I think the main thing for us is moving forward is I think depending on our migration, I think we should be lining up to take another decent KVK, like because the pool of kingdoms that are now going to be kind of entering, right? So we're going to enter off season around the same time as 2934. Who I feel like they're a little bit of like a rival to us in a way. 2293 will also be entering that whole KVK. Obviously everyone from our KVK is going to be entering off season together. So I'm curious as to where we go next with our next KVK matchup. I have a feeling we go back into Tides. I don't think we would go for shifting gears, and I don't think we want to do another Alliance Invictus. Although I would love to do Alliance Invictus and be on that U-shaped zone with 4 kingdoms. That would be amazing. I heard PJ Rib didn't leave zone 4. GG's gone. BP is in another kingdom. Pro retired. Plato has lost his enthusiasm. Yeah, it's tough for Plato, man. I hope he gets into a better kingdom. And to also they now have bus driver. Urgendia throwing some shots. Map is terrible. The first hour basically defines the entire outcome of KVK for that zone 6. Yeah, it's very crucial. Very, 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 very crucial. But yeah, I really hope for Plato's sake, because you can hear it in his voice, and I think he's even said it too. Like the losses are gonna fucking get to you, man. I think not this KVK, but the last KVK, when he said he kind of went away from streaming a little bit after that, that loss. It's tough losses, man. Yo, Rock, welcome to the stream. Fire lowest KP of everyone. 55. Yeah, they did. Those losses weigh on you. Trust me, I know. When I played basketball, we were pretty shit for the first 3 years, and yeah, it was bad. You don't get a lot of faith, or that the enthusiasm is the main thing, I would like to say. But we'll see. Hopefully things quit a couple times from KVK losses. If I do quit, I don't think I'll ever come back. It's very close at times, but let's get into some update talks and then I'll slowly start to wrap this thing up. I'm not going to be doing long streams when there's nothing going on. For those who are new to the channel, hit that like button, consider subscribing. Unless there's some KVKs you can watch in or something, but I really don't think there's anything. This looks very exciting though. Very, very, very excited about some of this. New performance upgrades coming. Cool. This guy looks fucking phenomenal. I love the design. He looks really good. Archer, Garrison Defense. Hopefully he's got some anti-swarm. I mentioned in my stream, my King's End stream, I don't think anti-swarm means anything. And I just need to premise that what I mean by that is for rallies in bigger kingdoms. In bigger kingdoms, I gotta say, because when you're in smaller kingdom, those guys aren't probably going to want to swarm as much. But I think in these higher tier KVKs, anti-swarm on rallies doesn't really mean anything anymore, at least, because you're just taking sevs at the end of the day. But when you flip the script and you put him in garrison and now he's anti-swarm, like when there's Gorgos and flags, yeah, I kind of stay away from it unless I see like a Dido or Cav garrison. I'll be like, I'll swarm that. But if it's a Gorgo, I'm gonna think twice. Well, we're already and still are in an Archer rally meta, in my opinion. It doesn't seem, and Gosu, you can probably speak on this. The meta seems to be shifting, or not. It seems to not have shifted. I don't think the infantry rally is meta changing, but from what I've heard, he does counter the Gorgo Attila pretty well. That's kind of, maybe is what his purpose is, but I don't know. Gosu can speak on it better. Why are you retreating? It's probably his slogan, because he is so big and because he'll probably eat you. But I love his design. He looks really cool. And then we have Shajar al-Dur. Archer rallies are better, but depending on gears, infantry rallies can be okay. Infantry is the meta. I still think... No, I agree, Richard. I agree. I don't think... for rallies is what I meant. I'm sorry if I misspoke. Archer is still the meta. I think it's situational when you need your infantry rallies. Because... what we did see in this KVK, I saw a Archer rally get absolutely rocked by an Eleanor Yan. Absolutely rocked that fucking Archer rally shit. So if you do run into a scenario where it's a pure Cav garrison, then yes, you'll probably go for the infantry. I want her with Ash and ZL Herman for open field. We'll see. True healing is now a thing. Yo, chill. Don't hate on my Cav like that, Gosu. What the heck? It's not if you are an Osiris League player. Which we will be seeing soon, end of the month. Grand Prix is going to make its way back. Not both. Myself are going to be returning as casters along with Brian Koo from 1770. Chiz and Plato are all going to be casting, so be sure to tune into that. I am a avid Osiris League watcher and player, although not in 2075 because I can't make the team. But yeah, I will be casting again for Grand Prix when it comes along at the end of the month. Cav better infantry and archers, yeah. Yes, Emma, that's what I'm talking about. Not too welcome to the stream. I do love archers. If I did a restart account, I probably would be an archer main. I would be an archer main actually. Shitfish, he looks like the unfit version of Sun Tzu. He's the Sun Tzu that's eaten one too many dumplings. And now I'm hungry. Yeah, she's going to be interesting to see. I hope she probably will be somewhat relevant in the field. I can't imagine that she wouldn't be, but it's about who she's going to pair with is going to be the question. This guy was YSG's mentor, and why she betrayed and killed him. Cool. I was gonna say that would have been really cool if they had, what's his face, if YSG was a rally commander, because it'd kind of be like, you know, that rivalry. That's really cool though. That's good history. I like that. Thank you, Natsu. And then we're going into 2024 key story. So KVK mode, maybe new campaign. Who knows? Just think of all the rage and heal regen on the field with her and other commanders. Well, I don't know if the heal she's got to be secondary, right? I think. Or primary? I think primary she heals. Can't remember. New roguelike gameplay. This looks interesting. I would really like to see at some point if Rock would introduce skills similar to Call of Dragons, and also when I played Grand Cross Age of Titans, you also have skills that like you can use and they go on a cooldown. So like in Grand Cross there was some skills that kind of acted like Arc of Osiris skills, where you can shroud your troops, so it worked like sneaky tactics. I would love to see that addition at some point. And if not, just adding it into general gameplay, but giving us a KVK mode where we have you know, those skills that players can use. TJ, welcome to the stream. I just unlocked ZL and Herman Prime. Now I'm chaining barbs for MGE. Get it, my fan? Get it? Excuse me. No, not this stream, Gosu. This will be like when I do a whole wrap up. It won't be like it's kind of what I'm doing now, honestly. But the wrap up will be the title. But Skitty definitely wants to come on. I'm gonna get the tea from him, and all the shit that happened in Fire Camp, because there was some shit that went down over there. And I have to ask Scotty if he wants to come on. Oh, thank you, Zamrock. Yeah, it's a Christmas present that my roommate got me. I actually kind of want to get like another one because like, it doesn't do the whole room, but it will do an entire wall pretty much. Gee, I did them already. Sorry. But I'll give you a glimpse. Water's getting the star. Here are the stats. Here's the stats from our end. So I'll leave these up for a quick second. And then these were stats that were provided from Popo and 1770. So water getting star. Anniversary events. This is all pretty cool. I always like getting the yearbook, to be honest. Nug, welcome to the stream. Thank you for being a member for 14 months, my friend. Desert Tracks coming back. The wife is not going to be happy. I'm probably going to buy that bundle. I need gems. Redesign Ark of Osiris map. So we're getting kind of that the new graphics update with Ark first. Very nice. Get Gaj. No! Gosu, by the way, Gosu caved, everyone. Gosu caved. After all that shit talk he did about Siege, he's now investing in Siege. Talking all that shit, Gosu. Then we have character remodels. I kind of like these, to be honest. These are pretty dope. I don't like the Ethel, I'll be honest. They ruined my girl. Minna looks better. I want to be an Arkham Orange champ so bad. So do I, my friend. So do I. At least want a skin, but I don't think I'll ever get it. Kaiser, what up, man? What's up, brother? How you doing? Ethel looks manly. Well, it's because they gave, like, I think the fox a little bit more detail, so she looks like bulkier, I feel like. Natsu needs armor. Dude, that armor event wrecks me. I don't want that, actually. The camel event always did much better. And then we got, so this looks like it's Gen 1 Commander remakes. I'm curious if they've gotten to all of them. But I simply like this because it needs to match what the new graphics in total are going to look like, right? Because like I don't think, like, again, if you look here, it just looks like things are just maybe rounded a little bit more, and also like the coloring to kind of match what we're going to get with the new graphics. So just again, a little bit more rounding. Like if you look on this end, like the fur has a little bit more detail. But over here, you don't get that, right? It's just kind of more plump. So I think it's going to kind of match stylistically what we're going to get with the new graphics. We will if you spend enough money. Ethel's so cooked now. She looks super cartoony, honestly. Like, I think they may have made her a little bit too cartoony looking. But yeah. I do understand why they're doing it, and I do like the fact that they are changing the character models. And I'm very curious to see what, like, everything else is going to look like, right? When we do get this update. So, like, what are the barbs going to look like? You know, what are the holy, they're not up right now, but what are the holy site guardians going to look like? I think there's a little bit of fighting. I'm seeing some rallies popping up. Full latte. A little. Yeah, I think the fresh look is going to be nice. The fresh look overall, fresh look for the commanders. And then hopefully just eliminate the lag as much as possible. And then I think you start building on some other aspects that you could probably get into, like sea combat, or at the very least, like do like in Viking Rise, the game that I was playing, like some of your holy sites are on water. So like their holy sites would be like pretty much surrounded by a moat. And when you go into a pier, your troops turn into like a Viking ship, which I think is really cool. So like I think, you know, and then obviously the true range combat, which we should also be getting in Rise of Kingdoms. How do I enable seeing what troop is what type? Oh, you have to go some strategic mode, I believe it is. Strategic view unit type. But just be careful, because when you do that, I've found that it creates more lag. So I still play in regular dot mode. I don't think so, Aji. I'm sure that that's going to be on this week's live stream that they do. I think that's Saturday at 15 UTC. So I'm pretty sure that'll be on the live stream. I was worried if we don't get a star, probably won't get Autark. LOL. Isn't it only 90 to go around 2 camps now? That's a good question. I don't know. I do not know. I desperately need another Autark too, though. I've only gotten 2. Because as soon as I stepped down from leadership, I started slacking off in 2581. And I missed I missed one actually, and then the other ones we didn't win. I don't know. Let's see. It's 210. Focusing on Huo Joan right now is that March. Cav guy, I like it. I like it. I hope I get it all Tark, but I honestly won't hold my breath because there's like 30 people ahead of me alone in 2975. So we shall see. That'll be very curious. Nah, you'll be fine, TJ. You'll be fine. Don't go too crazy with Crystal Tech. It would be my recommendation if you don't have those marches. I didn't know, dude. You know how hard that is, G? Do you know how hard that is, bro? There's some people on here who didn't even have a Zone 5 fight and just easily beat me out. Top 10 is crazy. Jeez, a beast, he gets there all the time. Oh yeah, that's true with pushing tech. You're double the score of rank 2 in kill points? Bruh. 300k honor, I have about 300k AP saved for SOC. Nice, very nice. Barb chain all the way, man. It only gets better in SOC too, for the barb chaining. The barb rewards are amped up a little bit. But you'll be fine. It'll definitely take like a KVK or two to get used to all the tech and everything, but you'll be fine. All right, guys. We're about an hour and a half in. I am going to just see real quick if there's anyone streaming, and I'm probably going to shut it down. Well, I don't say probably. Pass it off to them. Let's see if there's anyone. Lambo. Damn it. Lambo will be streaming later tonight, but that's at 6:30 Eastern time. So 6:30 would be 22:30 UTC. So be sure to check in on Lambo. He just wrapped up his KVK 2, or as well, I should say. But yeah, that'll probably do it for me. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, hit that like button on your way out. We will, in like 2 weeks, I don't know when I'm going to stream next. But I know definitely in 2 weeks, when this KVK is pretty much closing out, I'm going to have Skitty on. We'll do like an interview or like a breakdown. And there's some juice and there's some drama that you guys are probably going to want to catch from that fire camp aspect internally from fire camp. We'll try and get Scotty on from water camp to maybe discuss a little bit more of the reasoning behind why water camp is getting the star. And maybe we'll pull some other people. Maybe Brian will jump back on. Maybe we'll all shoot the shit and point fingers and just get everything out of our system and then move on to the next KVK. Who knows? But subscribe to the channel. Love y'all. Thank y'all so much for the support. Gosu, you're Siege Simp. Love you guys. I'm out. Take care. Have a good one. Peace.